good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How
How
are
are
you?
you? I'm fine, thank you. And how about you?
I'm also doing pretty good. Thank you so much for asking. And we are coming towards the end of the year. How is it going? How is the feelings like?
It's normal till now.
So, how is your 2022 been so far?
It's been great in terms of like changing my mind and thinking differently and then talking and working on my skill like English.
Right,
So
right.
in all of these things, I have done something and it was great.
That's great to know. And if one thing you would say that I would like to change about 2022, what would that be?
Okay. So like the laziness from my side, which I have done, even though after being in such a dire situation, if
Yeah.
I have done some laziness that should have not been done.
So, the laziness you want to eradicate from this year, what you had
Yeah,
witnessed.
right.
Okay. And how about for 2023? Now, what have you made? Any resolutions have you made or anything you have planned? That this
I
is
have
what
not,
I'm going to definitely do, and this is not I'm not going to miss it. What is that?
yeah, I have not planned anything in that manner, but yes, I look forward to be more confident in 2023. Like uh, I'm planning my tutoring, so I want to be established in that field.
Okay. So you want to be completely established in your
Yeah,
tutoring and everything, the career
yeah,
wise. Okay.
right.
And personally, do you want to do something? You want to go somewhere? You want to achieve that? You want to go to some place, visit that place, and that's for sure on your list.
That I have started since last 2 years.
Hmm.
And of course, that is going to happen no matter where I stand. This will go on. Like
Okay.
all the group of our, I mean the group of friends,
Yes.
and we are going to visit some or the other place. And
Okay.
here, my question is, some or the other place, or some place or the other.
Some place or the other. The second one.
Okay, and then I had written also some or the other way or some way or the other. So it is some way or the other.
Some
It
way or
should
the other.
always be like this. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So, so you are planning somewhere or the other, as you said, and anything on your top list, like I have to visit this place.
Uh, Not on the top list. Like we have planned that we have to cover the entire uh, tourist place of India as soon
Okay,
as possible.
soon as
So
possible.
no matter which place, like I might have told you about our Orissa trip.
Yes,
We
yes, you
had
told.
to catch the train only today, but that has been cancelled.
Oh, okay. The whole
Uh,
trip has been cancelled.
yeah, the trip
Oh,
has been cancelled, and because of some people had to appear in examination. So because of that, it got cancelled, and we booked another ticket. I mean, for on 29th, we would be going. This time, we are going to Darjeeling.
Darjeeling. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So we
I saw
just,
it in
I
Darjeeling, right?
mean, they planned those who had to miss the trip of Odisha because of the examination. They thought that okay, after this 2 days we are going to be free. Then they were searching and they got the tickets and they booked. They booked it, and this is how we plan. So nothing in our bucket list. We
Yeah.
have to visit the whole India. However it is planned, it is okay.
Okay. However, it is planned. It's okay, fine. So, or that's nice, and it's very impromptu, right? You were going to Odisha, and now you're going to Darjeeling. So that's going
Yeah,
to be amazing. And where in Darjeeling are you going, and how many days?
uh, it's a like small trip, just 2 days.
Okay, just 2 days. Fine, fine.
Yeah.
And how
I
far is
mean,
that?
I mean, the 2 days will be gone in the uh, tour, like on train only. So basically, it is 4-day trip, but 2 day we have fixed it to visit the year. The 2 day we will visit in Darjeeling only,
Yes,
whatever
right.
place we could cover.
Okay, so there will be a lot of sightseeing for y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah. There is this monastery over there, so do visit that monastery. I recently went in November to Darjeeling. So
Okay.
it's in just in the middle of the city. So the moment you enter, you just tell the cab driver, and they are very sweet out there, all of the people. So you can just tell them that
Right.
take you to the monastery. Monastery, it is in the middle of the city. So, and it's
Okay.
amazingly beautiful. So you just visit there, one of that place for sure. And there's a bakery which I can't get the name of it. It starts from the letter G.
Okay.
And that place is also very good to try out all the bakeries.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
So do check that out. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, do you know the meaning of othering?
Sorry.
Othering. Do you know the meaning of othering?
Okay. Yeah. Othering.
I've
It's
just
like.
I'm so sorry, I just jumped over to the topic.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
It's like uh, not not allowing the other groups to enter in your group. If you have your own group,
Yes.
you are different from the other one.
Yes. It's like indifferent from the other people. You are not
Yeah.
all of y'all are not the same in the same group. So othering that time happens. So we'll just discuss about othering. It also says, I'm so sorry, I have a little cough today, so I'm
Oh,
just
no,
a
no,
little,
no issue, no,
yeah,
no issue at all.
all over the place today. Okay, so othering means to view or treat person or a group of people as different to yourself. We often do this when we meet people who might be different to us. Okay, so usually when
Yeah,
we go out our comfort zone, we meet people who are different from us, and we tend to vibe with them. But it's something which we always have in us, that maybe I don't belong here, but we still are there. Okay,
yeah.
yeah. So have you ever heard of this term before?
No, to be honest, I just check the section notes and then only I get to know about this.
Okay. So, do you ever try to decipher the meaning of new terms by breaking them? So now, supposedly, you understood the meaning of othering. So, do you try to break the words and then understand?
Uh, Not really, because like there are so many terms in English which is used in a different way. So I have
Exactly.
never tried that. Just by thinking that if I try to do this, I might sound foolish.
Right. 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 Okay. So, how do you actually understand the meaning? Not the othering. Okay. So you
Yeah.
just read the meaning of it, or how did it go?
I
Or
just read it. I just read it and then understood it.
okay, just read the. Fine. What are your opinions about this method of understanding? The
Which
methods of
method?
understanding. So basically, everybody has a different method of understanding. Some people
Yeah.
write it down and then they understand. Some people break the word into two, as we just discussed. And some of y'all, like how you said that I just read it, I understand the meaning, and then I understand the word according to it. So, what is
Yeah.
your understanding about these people? Like, do you relate to all of them, or how do you go about it? And even if you have to make anybody understand, how do you plan to make other people understand? Now, especially when you are into tutoring as well.
All right. So first thing that I cannot relate with everyone because, like I said, that I just read and then try to analyze that how it can be used in different situations. So
Right.
I always go this way only. And if the people are comfortable, they can go either way, uh, the way they want to.
Right.
And when it comes to teaching, of course, I try to do this way only. Like the way I am able to grasp, I would like to explain the same thing to others. And by this, I can relate to my the last session where you had given some tasks. So what I tried my hard to uh, complete that, but I couldn't. Like you were asking that if you are getting difficulty in making someone understand, then you
Mhm.
should uh, make a story spontaneously to
Right.
make others stand. And
Right.
there I got the confusion that what kind of a story you were
Mhm.
trying to make. For
Okay.
example, if I'm teaching noun, then
Mhm.
how would I relate a story to noun? Whether it is I will pick one word and then go after that. For
Yeah.
example, if I pick
Mhm.
a word whitewash,
Hmm.
so if I have to make a story and then tell the meaning of whitewash or what?
So what you have to do is you have to turn around the story and make it. Now, as for example, you said nouns, right? So what
Yeah,
happens is you pick up the word, okay, and try to create the story around it. Are you getting it?
yeah,
Now, for example, I'll just tell you that for adjectives, what I used to do it with my children. Adjectives is like describing words. You're describing something, correct?
right,
Noun is
right,
a simple one, and most of the kids understand. Adjectives is
right,
where they get confused and they don't know how to understand it. So then
right.
you make a story. Then you tell that you don't use the name of the person, okay? You just use he, she, okay? You're using the pronouns, and you are not using, like, you're not saying the name of the person, and you're not describing the person. Then you tell the person that how was the story. Okay, now you tell the children how was the story. Then of course the children will be, they don't have much answers, but they also say that, then I say, was it interesting, the story was interesting or not. So they will still say yes because the teacher is saying it, okay? But then
Yeah,
you just change it over again by describing and make it more flowery. The moment you start making it flowery, that's describing the adjectives, because you are giving a describing word to every noun, okay? Or every
yes,
you are giving every like, something you're describing, like it's a beautiful garden. If I only say it's a garden, so you will understand it's a garden. But it's a beautiful and mesmerizing garden. So what did I do? I used to
right.
use there. So you
Yeah,
can turn around, and then you can put butterflies, and you can use adjectives for butterflies, and you can put many other things, and you can just tag along with the adjectives. So then you tell them, you can also write it down if you're using a whiteboard. So write it down and then you underline. Okay, now tell me that which is the one which is adjectives, which is nouns, and which is whatever you want to describe.
right, right,
Okay, so that's how I create stories. And of course, whenever you are you're tutoring a adult, okay, it's always important to add your own stories. If you can add, nothing like it, because when you add your personal touch, the person gets more, they have that belonging kind of thing, and they understand your situation, and
right,
then
right.
they relate with you. So that's a very good way. If you go to see Raj, I'm sorry, I'm just talking too much right now. So if you go that whenever you're seeing good speakers speaking on the stage, okay, they're
Right,
giving good speech. What happens is they always start with their personal story.
right, right.
You must have
So,
observed.
like trying to build these things when I was, like you had said that we would discuss in next session. So I was trying to build some or the other things. So I
Mhm.
picked like when I picked whitewash.
Yes.
So instead of explaining it, I can share a story. So it is a simple one. Then I thought that okay, here I can share a story of even the cricket matches, that
Right.
how Australia used to dominate Indian side, and
Mm-hmm.
then Indian were quite like two people were talking, one Indian and one Australian, and then India said that once you come to my country, you will not be
Mm-hmm.
able to win because we are very strong at our home. But then when they visited India, even in India, they beat us 3-0
Yes.
in test, 5-0 in one day. So they whitewashed in both in test and one day.
Okay. Oh,
So
that's how
this
you
is
were. Yeah, this is a
yeah
good explanation, very good explanation, because whitewash can be explained. Yes, this can be explained in this manner as well. And of course, you can create more stories. You can even write down your stories and write examples. Your diary should be full of stories when you're explaining something. So,
yeah.
that's something you can relate to. So, this is a very good story what you just created.
And another thing that I thought that if I pick some idioms,
Mm-hmm.
there I can also add story. For example, like burning all your boats. So
Mm-hmm.
there was a sailor who sailed across the river and then he burned his boat.
Mm-hmm.
How would he return? So in this way, the idioms mean that if you are burning your boats, it means you are creating a problem for you. You are being in a position from where you cannot return to your earlier position.
Position. Okay.
So it was a simple one, like it was not a story, it's a one
Yes.
liner story.
Yes.
But yeah, this is how I was thinking, and then I got confused that whether this is what you wanted to I mean you were expecting from my side or anything else.
Yes, yes. I was expecting just the same thing, that you have to create stories around not only one, like now how you yourself found out the ways, like for grammar, topic of grammar, or
Yeah,
idiom, or if you are even describing something like a question and answer. Okay, you went through a
right.
story or maybe something else, and after that you want to describe something. You can always create a story around the whole thing. Yes, if it's a very theoretical or like maybe mathematical, even mathematicals, I had a very amazing sir. He used to create stories in mathematics as well. So what
Okay.
happens is the children
Yeah,
really absorb a lot.
yeah,
More creative you are in teaching, the more creative you are in describing, it becomes more fun learning.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm sure you must have, when it becomes like history periods, if you remember, it was so boring. But if you go to see today, when you read history and you just create the stories, when what is created on YouTube or National Geographic channels and all that, whenever you see all that, the historic stories, that time you relate more. But that time it
Yeah.
used to not relate to the teacher because it was so boring. Like, the teacher was not having fun with it, with the kids, and making them understand in a creative way.
And just now I recalled one incident where one of my teachers,
Hmm.
or he used to eh, scold even in stories. Like whenever he had to scold some students, he would create some story, and he would figure that, I mean, he would uh, mention that person in his story, not directly but indirectly, that he gets to know that of course this story has been created only for me.
Right, right, right. And just now we'll just leave that othering topic. It was very interesting, but do read that topic later. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I wanted to actually highlight to you one more thing. Whenever now, since you have taken out the story making and all storytelling, so that's something which I really enjoy teaching as well. Now, Raj, whenever you are focusing on storytelling, right? Whenever you are doing the storytelling, always focus on your voice modulation. If you really want the audience to get connected to you, if your
right.
message has to go there, or your voice modulation plus your posture, your gesture, everything works together. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Even if
Of
your
course.
story is very interesting, the people will not relate to you, they will not pay attention to you till the time you don't have some creativity in your expressions and gestures and your voice modulation.
Yeah, right.
Okay? So what do you understand about voice modulation? Let's talk about that.
Oh, voice modulation is the thing that according to situation or the sentence requirement, you have to change your tone.
Right, very good. So when you change your tone, and how do you change your tone, if you can give an example?
For example, if I have to share about something like I shared about my tour plan, so I would again try to say it in, like today we had to go, but it got cancelled because uh, some friends had to appear in examination, and but but
However, yeah,
yeah, however, they have come up with another plan, and
right.
the moment they found that tickets are available for Darjeeling, they booked it, and this is how we plan. So they booked the tickets for Darjeeling, and now we are going to Darjeeling on 29th of December. So we will be there for 2 days, and 31st and then 1st of January we would be there, and it is going to be really exciting for sure.
Yes, right, right. Now, see, if you go to see honest review, okay, Raj,
Yeah,
when you said the first part, of course, there was a little emotions there that yes, it got cancelled and everything. But the second part after, however,
yeah,
the pitch has to go higher because that
okay,
shows the excitement. It has to go. It was in the same tone, okay. So the pitch has
yeah,
to go
right.
higher, and because excitement goes up, so that the person understands, oh, he's happy now, okay,
Yeah, right.
part, but there's happiness as in the end. So that you
Yeah,
have to differ. Now, Raj, what you can do is always when you're reading, because you read a lot of books, okay, whenever you come across
yeah,
expressions, try to say it loudly with that tone. Okay, with the pitch going up, pitch going low. So we are always speaking in the middle pitch. So there is high pitch, low pitch, medium pitch. High pitch is the one
Of
when the
course.
teacher is scolding the class. Come on, class, you know, you all have to keep quiet. That time she's using the high pitch. When your
Yeah,
mama, your
right.
mother, or your parents tell their kids lullabies, that time the pitch is very low because they're putting the child to sleep.
Right.
But we are conversing in what middle pitch. That's the mid. So it goes high, low, and it depends on what we are talking and how we are saying it. And the
Yeah.
last thing, which is very very important, is pause. So when you have to pause,
Yeah, right.
what needed when you see a full stop or comma, so you have to pause accordingly. So this comes with a lot of practice, which you can do it in front of the mirror, because once you actually capture your this the area, that's your voice modulation, you will be an amazing speaker as well, because you know the tonality what you has to be used.
Right.
Right? You have any questions here?
No, no.
Okay, so you
No
actually
question.
touched on my area. This is I mostly train on this, and I love this area a lot, voice modulation and expressions and body language, because this
Okay.
matters a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
this is the one thing that I need to practice more, because the other aspects of course there is a room for improvement every time, but like other areas I have come up to a level where I can think of, I mean, being confident and teaching others.
right.
That's what I'm saying. If
Hmm.
I have to go, especially online, so going online and teaching there is something different from teaching offline at your local level to few
Exactly.
students. So that is always in my mind, and I always had this self doubt before I
Mhm.
had started practicing on this app. But even today, I have a little bit of that doubt, that whether I have taken this much time and still I have to work harder and harder to reach up to that level. But of course, if it is said that it comes by time,
By
gradually
time.
I
Yeah.
will be rich. I mean, I will reach there for sure.
Yes, you will reach there for sure. That's for sure. And Raj, you can actually practice that with me as well. Whenever you're meeting me, you can prepare one small paragraph, and you can express that to me with your tonality. When you have practiced it in front of the mirror and you have done the practice, you can try it out here as well. We can work it out so
Okay.
that you are simultaneously working on your voice modulation as well. Rest of the things,
Yeah.
of course, you're working on your English skills, your vocabulary, idioms. I've been seeing you growing, like literally growing, because I saw you many months ago. So, I've literally seen you growing in this field. So this can go simultaneously as well, so that you're focusing on your overall personality then.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. One thing I really would want to work with you is your body language.
Of course,
Yeah.
I would like to as
Yes.
well.
So that's something which is very important. Your expressions, your eye movement, and your eye contact. Eye contact is good enough, but it's just your expressions, which is just not coming out completely.
Okay.
Yeah. So anything would you like to ask? And we are coming towards the end of the session also, and end of the year as well.
Oh, yeah. And maybe if we can talk next week, otherwise we will talk in next year only.
Next year, I'm going on leave from today, so I'm
Okay.
yeah, I'll be joining in Jan now.
Okay.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I would also wish you a very happy New Year and Merry Christmas. Enjoy your time in Darjeeling. I'm sure you're going to enjoy, and it's definitely going to snow, I think, because that's what I heard from my friends out there.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that is the reason that the trip has been planned.
Okay. Okay. So be well equipped, because the snowfall is going to be good enough over there.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Right.
So it was lovely talking to you as
Same
always.
here.
And yes, uh, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance.
Yes. We wish you the same. Wish you the same.
Yeah.
We still have 2 minutes. It's 8:25.
Okay.
So do
So
you
we
want to
can go back to our topic
topic?
if
Yes,
you have to. Yeah.
let's do that. Let's do that. It's a very interesting topic. So now that you understand the meaning of othering, so have you ever experienced it?
I have not experienced it yet, but of course I have seen some other people doing this.
Mhm.
I mean, it has not been done upon me, but some other people doing in their with one another.
Okay. So, do you feel that you get along with all your friends at the same level when you have a big group, as you said? So, do you get along with them at the same level?
For me, it is quite easy because I am not much expressive.
Okay.
So everybody feels that okay, he is equal with every one of us.
Yeah.
But of course, there is somebody like we say, so we are two peas in a pod. So of course,
Right.
one or two friends are there with whom
Mhm.
I connect more
Right.
than the others.
Okay. And how about have you ever struggled with the feeling of belonging?
Uh, I couldn't understand the context.
So have you ever struggled with the feeling of belonging to a group, to a family, to maybe anywhere, maybe somewhere with your colleagues or where you have worked before? So have you ever felt struggle to be there and just you have to be there for a reason, right? So have you ever struggled that kind of
Yeah,
feeling?
yeah, of course. Sometimes, like I have had this inferiority complex
Mm-hmm.
earlier,
Mm-hmm.
but that is not now because
Yeah.
I think that whatever opportunity I had got, and though I have missed some of them, but of course, whatever I have done till now is good enough. It is enough for me to accept myself wherever I am, and I do not need to feel inferior to anybody. But of course, earlier I had this complex and I had this problem as well.
Right. I have sent you something on the chat box. This is something you
Yeah,
really need to say it every day to you. So that's
yeah,
your affirmation. Yeah.
of
So this is
course, I
something which,
believe in me.
yeah, so this affirmations are very, very nice to do it if you believe in it. And whenever you having that self doubt, which you have overcome, but whenever it comes again, do say all these things. You will definitely come out of it because it's all in the
Yeah,
mind.
yeah, of course.
Yeah. So yes, the last question is over. So let's end it over here. And happy New Year, Raj.